All right, grab your imaginary time-traveling hat, because we're about to go on the most epic ride through history, straight into the land of pyramids, pharaohs, and, questionable fashion choices. Yes, I'm talking about ancient Egypt, the OG masters of sand, stone, and seriously complicated afterlife procedures. You thought you knew Egypt, huh? You've seen the pyramids and the Sphinx, heard about Cleopatra and mummies, but trust me, this is going to be way more fun than a dusty history textbook ever promised. So let's kick this journey off by asking the most important question. What did ancient Egyptians do when they weren't busy building giant tombs? Seriously, how much time does it take to build the world's biggest pyramid, and why did they never take a vacation? Well, as it turns out, the Egyptians were way more than just pyramid-building robots. These people were innovators, not just in construction, but also in writing, science, and, oh yeah, gods, lots of gods. If Ra, the sun god, had an Instagram, he'd have more followers than all of us combined. That's right, I'm talking about the Egyptians' obsession with religion. Their gods weren't just sitting on a cloud somewhere. They were actively involved in everything from your crops to your heart being weighed after you died. Imagine waking up every morning and thinking, did I make the gods happy today? Or am I about to get struck by lightning because I accidentally ate a sandwich at the wrong time? But before we dive into the gods, let's talk about the first king to really make Egypt a thing. Narmer, or as I like to call him, the guy who put the unite in United Egypt. Around 3100 BC, he looked at the two separate Egypts, upper and lower, and was like, yeah, this is cute, but we should probably just call it one giant kingdom. So, Narmer waltzes in with his giant stone tablet, slaps it on a wall, and boom, Egypt is unified. Oh, and he made sure to carve his face on it. You know, just for the record, in case anyone didn't catch the memo that he was really important. Hi, I'm Narmer, and I'm about to change everything. Please note my face on this giant rock. Now, we know Egypt for its pyramids, right? They're basically the ancient equivalent of flexing on everyone around you. But these pyramids weren't built just because someone thought, hey, let's stack some stones and make a really pointy hill. Nope. This was serious. King Khufu, the guy behind the Great Pyramid of Giza, was the original overachiever. Picture it. Khufu looks at a normal tomb and says, nah, I'm going bigger. I'm gonna build the tallest, most epic tomb the world has ever seen. If anyone beats me, I'll be dead, but they'll still be talking about it for thousands of years. And that, my friends, is how the Great Pyramid was born, 4,500 years ago. That's right, this bad boy stood as the tallest man-made structure in the world for almost 4,000 years. Imagine going into work, looking at your boss and being like, so, I've built something that will literally last longer than all of us. But here's where things get interesting. They didn't just build these pyramids for fun. No. They built them for the afterlife. And Egyptians were obsessed with making sure they didn't end up wandering the afterlife as sad, ghostly figures. The whole thing was like preparing for your eternal vacation, but with way more embalming than you'd expect. They didn't just toss your body in the ground. They were like, let's make sure you're mummified in the most luxurious way possible. I'm talking spices, oils, bandages, and let's not forget about the treasure. We're talking gold, jewelry, food. They buried that stuff with you because, hey, you might need a snack after 10,000 years of travel. That's how you get a truly first-class ticket to the afterlife. But don't get comfortable because the Middle Kingdom. Oh yeah, Egypt had its drama years. Think of it like when your favorite high school team goes through a bad season. They started strong, but then Egypt got invaded by the Hyksos. And that's the ancient equivalent of someone crashing your party and taking over your kingdom. But here's the thing, Egypt wasn't about to let that slide. Oh no, they came back with a vengeance in the new kingdom. This is when Egypt was like, all right, we're going to rule the world now. No more Mr. Nice Pharaoh. And what's a good way to rule the world? You send in the military, and guess who was leading the charge? Thutmose III, aka the guy who made Napoleon look like a couch potato. This guy expanded Egypt's borders so far that it's like he was collecting countries like Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all, Syria, Nubia, you name it. But the real showstopper, Ramses II. This guy was the rock star pharaoh. If you thought Cleopatra had drama, Ramses was a drama king. He fought battles like he was starring in a Hollywood action movie. And when he won, he was like, I'm not just gonna let this go. I'm gonna carve my face on every wall, so even if people forget my name, they'll definitely remember my face. And let me tell you, Ramses wasn't shy about putting himself on a pedestal. He had monuments everywhere. It's like if you drove through the ancient world and Ramses' face was just everywhere. There were probably walls with personalized selfies of Ramses, like, here's me in the middle of a battle, here's me with my family, here's me defeating my enemies and looking extra handsome while doing it. The guy had confidence. And then, of course, we get to Cleopatra, the ultimate queen. If Ramses was the action hero, Cleopatra was the ultimate femme fatale. She didn't just rule Egypt, she ruled the world of Roman politics by seducing two of the most powerful men in Rome, Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. If she were alive today, she'd have a reality show, an army of followers on social media, and an entire empire built around her brand of glamour and strategy. She didn't need an army to conquer hearts. She did it with a carefully planned entrance and a way too beautiful for her own good charm. Let's be real. If Cleopatra had a Tinder profile, the whole Roman Empire would have swiped right. But sadly, like all good things, Egypt's glory days didn't last forever. Egypt eventually fell under Roman control, and it's like the empire just scooped up the last piece of pizza at the party. Cleopatra, in her ultimate dramatic style, went out with a bang. But even in the afterlife, you can bet people were still talking about her. So, what did we learn today? Well, Egypt was a hot mess of drama, gods, gold, and some seriously bold fashion choices. Like, seriously, those headpieces were extra. But they also gave us some of the most enduring wonders of the world, from the pyramids to mummification, to a bunch of ideas about life, death, and the stars that we're still trying to figure out today. Tell me, what shocked you the most about ancient Egypt? Drop a comment below, give us a like, because let's be real, Ramses would. And make sure you subscribe if you want more fun trips through history. See you next time, adventurer. Just don't take any mummies home with you. Trust me, they don't do well in apartments.